Have you ever noticed something strange? The kindest people often seem to get hurt the most. The people who always help others. The people who forgive quickly. The people who stay loyal even when nobody deserves it. Somehow, they're usually the ones sitting alone at night wondering, why does this always happen to me? And if you've ever felt that way, this video is for you. Because today we're going to talk about why good people get broken so easily. And trust me, the reason is probably not what you think. Let's begin. Imagine two phones. One is wrapped in a thick protective case. The other has no protection at all. Now imagine both phones fall from the same height. Which one is more likely to crack? The unprotected one. In a strange way, many good people live life without emotional protection. They walk around with open hearts. They trust easily. They believe people mean what they say. And while that sounds beautiful, it also makes them vulnerable. Good people often assume others think the same way they do. If they wouldn't lie, they expect honesty. If they wouldn't betray someone, they expect loyalty. If they wouldn't intentionally hurt someone, they expect kindness. Unfortunately, life doesn't always work like that. And that's where the first crack begins. Here's a simple example. Imagine your friend asks to borrow your notes. You spend hours making them neat and organized. You happily give them away. A week later, you need help with something. Suddenly your friend becomes busier than a CEO running 5 companies and 3 planets. You laugh it off, but deep down it hurts. Not because of the notes, because you expected the same kindness back. Good people don't get hurt by small actions. They get hurt by broken expectations. And the more expectations they carry, the easier it becomes to disappoint them. But that's not the biggest reason. The real reason is that good people often give more than they receive. Think about it. They're the listeners, the supporters, the problem solvers, the emotional first aid kits of their friend groups. Everyone comes to them with problems. Everyone needs advice. Everyone needs comfort. Everyone needs help. Meanwhile, who's helping them? Sometimes nobody. It's almost funny. The strongest looking people are often carrying the heaviest emotional backpacks. And because they're always busy helping others, they forget something important. Even batteries need charging. You can't keep giving forever. A phone at 1% battery doesn't become a hero by staying on. It just dies faster. Many good people slowly exhaust themselves trying to save everyone else. And eventually they break. Not because they're weak, because they're tired. There's another reason nobody talks about. Good people often struggle to say no. Maybe you've experienced this. Someone asks for a favor. You don't want to do it. You already have your own problems. But somehow your mouth says, sure, no problem. Even though internally you're screaming, this is definitely a problem. Why does this happen? Because many kind people are afraid of disappointing others. They worry that saying no will make them look selfish. So they keep saying yes. Yes to extra responsibilities. Yes to toxic friendships. Yes to one-sided relationships. Yes to situations that drain them. Until one day they wake up completely exhausted. Here's something important. Being a good person does not mean sacrificing yourself for everyone. Read that again. A lot of people confuse kindness with self-destruction. They're not the same thing. A candle can light up a room. But if everyone keeps taking pieces of that candle, eventually there's nothing left. Another reason good people get broken easily is because they forgive too much. Now don't misunderstand me. Forgiveness is powerful. But endless forgiveness without boundaries can become dangerous. Some people apologize once, and good people instantly give them another chance. Then another, then another, then another. At some point, you're not giving chances anymore. You're giving permission. And some people will keep repeating the same behavior as long as there are no consequences. It's like touching a hot stove over and over and being surprised that it burns every time. Eventually, kindness without boundaries becomes self-harm. And that's a lesson many good people learn the hard way. But here's the interesting part. The very thing that makes good people break easily is also what makes them special. Their empathy, their compassion, their ability to care, their willingness to help. Those qualities are rare. The problem isn't having those qualities. The problem is using them without limits. Think of kindness like water. Too little water and nothing grows. Too much water and everything drowns. The goal isn't to stop being kind. The goal is balance. Protect your heart without hardening it. Help people without carrying their entire lives on your shoulders. Forgive people without forgetting your worth. Love people without abandoning yourself. Because the strongest good people aren't the ones who give everything away. They're the ones who know when to stop. And here's the truth that changes everything. Good people don't get broken because they're good. They get broken because they forget they matter too. The moment you start valuing yourself as much as you value others, everything changes. You stop chasing people who don't appreciate you. You stop begging for respect. You stop accepting treatment you would never accept for someone you love. And suddenly, life becomes lighter. Not because people changed, because you did. So if you've been hurt recently, if you've been disappointed, if you've been wondering why your kindness keeps leading to pain, remember this. Your kindness is not the problem. Your heart is not the problem. Your goodness is not the problem. The problem is forgetting to protect the person who carries all that goodness. You. Because even the kindest heart deserves peace. And maybe that's the lesson life has been trying to teach you all along. Be kind. But be kind to yourself too. And trust me, that changes everything.